I had to bring you into this incredible sound.
So it is a nice song. It's a nice song you're playing.
So welcome to the Face Behind the Brand. I am your host, Monique Marie, and you are Nocho.
I am.
So thank you for taking the time tonight to embrace us with your presence. I discovered you, of course, and I'm very thankful because, as I mentioned when we spoke before, I am very, very moved by your lyrics and your sound and what you're doing. So
thank you.
Thank you. So
Thank you.
tell us who Nocho is. Where are you from, first of all?
From Maryland.
Okay.
I'm simplify. I would say an artist, but I kind of do more than just music. But I would, to simplify it, I would say I'm an artist and a person who's just trying to continue to grow and develop himself and yeah, all those great things. But yeah, from Maryland, born in around Largo, grew up Largo, and then yeah, it's been here all my life. So
yeah.
yeah.
Well, you've also been, of course, around a lot of music all your life. You shared with me that your mom is a singer and your sister is a singer. So
Oh no. Oh yeah.
I didn't, I have to do my research too.
Nah, I'm saying because if she get on here, she gonna kill me
Oh.
because she like to keep that low key. But no, she can't hide forever. So
Yeah.
yeah. My mom sings, my uncle sings,
Wow.
my aunt sings.
The whole family.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've been around it, so I guess it kind of rubbed off.
So what was that like growing up? I mean, with so much influence, I mean, obviously I could hear it in your sound. You're definitely blessed and gifted,
Thank you.
But what was that like growing up in the house with mom singing, sister, uncle, music playing?
Honestly, it it wasn't something that was like wow. Or I guess you can only look back on it and be like, okay, you see like what it's done or the effects it's had on you. But like looking back, it was more so like sometimes even annoying. It was just too much. Just always singing in the shower,
Yeah.
singing, getting ready for church, singing this, singing that. But I remember my mom was making her CD, and she was going to the studio. I remember we had to go there also and record too,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't fun for me. I didn't want to go.
Wow.
Why? Because I think it was early, and I wanted to sleep. I was a kid though. I was a kid, and just stuff like that. So it wasn't as like wow as you think. For
Yeah.
me, it was just like
Natural, right? It was just like the natural thing. This is what they do. This is what we have. And then now you realize
yeah.
what you were becoming, which is something great. So, or I should say someone great.
Yeah.
So talking about this amazing gift, this 7-track EP, you dropped it this year, 4 a.m. in Eden, and it's produced by Khalil Cardell, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So how did you and Khalil meet? I'm very impressed with just the mesh, and I always talk about like how a band would create, one band, one sound, right? So I think just from artist to artist, I can definitely hear the complement of each other, and it's just amazing. So talk about how you met Khalil.
Khalil. That guy.
That guy.
Khalil. Let me tell you about Khalil.
Okay.
So, Khalil, I used to live in still Maryland, but I used to live up there by let's just say it's near Waldorf. It's pretty
Mm-hmm.
far. But yeah. So I moved. Right now I'm kind of near Bowie. But so when I was in like middle school, that's when I met him.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, honestly, I mean, I tell him he was just the annoying kid on the school bus a little bit,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. He wasn't really annoying, but he wasn't really for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He lived in my neighborhood too. So he lived in my neighborhood. So man, I couldn't even call it. When did I think because we're just on and off. Yeah, hey, what's up? You was at the bus stop.
Hmm.
And I don't know, I didn't even know he did music
Wow.
until Snapchat or something like that. It came out like senior year. Senior year we got a little closer, you know. I
Hmm.
think he started to get cool to me and stuff. But senior year he posted a song on Snapchat.
Yeah.
And I had never I mean I've done music, but I've never like recorded music. So
Mm.
yeah, he posted a song and I was just like, bro, that's you? And he
Wow.
was and I was just like, yeah, let me get on it. Bro, that song was really that song did I don't know the numbers. I forgot the number. I think it did like 10K, and that's back when we didn't even have followers. We didn't have a lot of people.
Yeah.
It did like 10K views on SoundCloud
Mm.
in the span of like 2 nights or something like that.
That's
So
incredible.
that's how good the song was. I mean, not saying not taking any kind of credit before
Yeah.
I was on there. His song, his part was really like it sounded like, and I've heard his. I think I may have heard his music on and off before,
Mm.
but this one when I heard it, I was like, yo. I
Dope.
mean, I
Yeah.
wanted to like, I was like, let me get on it, something
Yeah.
like that. And any sane person with that type of song, knowing its potential, and he's never heard me do anything,
Hmm.
musically. So any type of person, I think any sane person would say no. Like
Yeah.
this is come on, this is like, my I guess my prized possession or whatever.
Hmm.
But he wanted me to get on the remix, and I was just like, nah, I don't want to do a remix. Like, I, I, I just felt like remixes were like afterthoughts,
Mm.
which is not the case now, but that's how I was feeling then. So, uh, I remember I had a big iPad, and I just wrote something, and I sent it to him. Man, I didn't even, I had, the the aux cord
Yeah.
that used to come with the
Yes.
beats. I took that aux cord. I had
Yes.
to hang it like this and
Mm.
record. I was singing, and I could only do one take. It was a weird time. But
Right. I still
yeah. So
record. I still have an auxiliary cord.
yeah, man, it was so crazy. And
Oh,
then after that, it just from then, going over his house, and then just he's making beats, and then you know he's mixing and mastering. He's like the tech genius, but now he's more so of an artist now,
yeah.
and he's doing great too. But yeah, that's how it happened, and that's how I met him. We were kind of cool before then, but then when I heard that song and I asked him to get on it, that's when we kind of came like
Yeah. Together. Yeah.
way closer. Yeah, so
Well,
that's yeah.
incredible,
So
absolutely incredible sounds that you guys are creating, and I just, I know that, without knowing you and knowing a lot of detail, I know obviously you've definitely evolved. I can honestly say in your own words, of course, I'm sure you're going to share that with us. How would you say that your music has evolved in the last 5 years? Because some people will say how far they've come, and they're put a lot of pressure on themselves. But I think I don't even know you, but I know you've come a long way, and I can say your sound is incredible, absolutely
thank you,
incredible. I'm very
thank you,
impressed.
thank you. How have I evolved?
Yeah.
Boy, boy, oh boy.
Big
All
question.
right, so let's see.
Uh-oh.
All right, so I mean, when I first got into it, we could, this I think overall I've evolved in like almost every aspect. As anybody in any field would, you'd get better.
Mm,
So not only do I think I've evolved sound wise, I've evolved in like writing, I've evolved in like freestyling, I've evolved in all and then the genre.
mm-hmm.
So so I guess I can talk about the sound first, and I'll get into the genre. So the sound, man, I don't know. I don't know what kind of sound I had coming up. It was just I can't even describe it.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say I'm more. I feel like I just have a better grasp on it. I really can't explain how the sound has evolved. Some people just got to go back and listen. But
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. But in terms of writing, um, that was like the past year, I think, because I used to just make songs that just I guess it was more
Mm-hmm.
and then I met this a great group of guys. I have his name is Ewa E. We
Mm-hmm.
call him E.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Khalil, a lot of the group, we used to meet up in the studio or in the home studio, and then yeah, in the
Yeah.
home studio, and then what happened? I remember one time because a lot of those dudes they just freestyle, like they're crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm looking at them like, yo, how are you guys doing this? So I never forget it. The first time I actually like really had to like freestyle, E was telling me like, yo, nah, don't even just get on it, whatever comes, and just do it, like practice it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, made this cool Afro beat type of song.
Mm-hmm.
And so that part evolved. So right now I don't really write anymore, actually,
Really?
unless I wouldn't call it writing like I used to. Like I literally used to write it all out on a
Mm.
note thing, and then maybe tweak some stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
now it's more so I get on it. I maybe like freestyle it with like a melody, and
Yeah.
then put words to the melody on spot. But I
Yeah.
don't really like sit down and like write
I,
anything.
yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually how I wrote for him and Eden the song. But
Oh, that's
yeah,
amazing.
so
Creative.
yeah, so yeah, I'll never forget that day. And the song is actually it's really good, but I mean, it's up to him whenever that song wants to come out. Yeah, so ever since that day, I was like, this is actually I kind of like it because
Mm.
it gives you more freedom when you're
Yeah.
not like
Mm-hmm.
restricting yourself writing stuff. So yeah, that's that. And then lyrically, I don't know what clicked. Khalil he's bar heavy. He has like bars. He searches out to hit you with like certain type of bars.
Wow. Wow.
However like significant they may be. It could be corny, could be funny, could be this or that. But he wants to like he's
Yeah.
bar conscious. And
Yes.
so just seeing some people, I was going back and looking at Kanye. Kanye had a lot of bar like, but it was humor. And
Mm-hmm.
I was just like,
Yeah.
I kind of like I didn't want to do the whole sing. Let me just sound good anymore and just say anything. I wanted to like I rather now my focus is okay, let me say what's like let me focus on what I'm saying and then
Yeah.
let the melodies come second. So so yeah, I was looking at Kanye, I was like, yo, this dude is funny. And I
Yeah.
wish I can just like and
Natural.
the first song I can tell you, it's on my page, so I left it up. It's on I did a Fresh and So Clean cover.
Did you?
Um
I have to look that.
yeah. I did a Fresh and So Clean cover and I that was the first time I remember sending it to my group chat. It's like, yo, we need
Oh,
more of that. We need more of that. I remember Khalil was like, yeah, I need more, stuff like that.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, how'd it go again? I'm trying to see if I can give you some.
Uh-oh. Got a little element for us tonight.
Sure, sure. I told you I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
I don't know, my brain's freezing right now. So fresh, so clean. Uh, Yo, somebody help me out. I see Sean is in here. It's no introduction. No, no, no. That's not how it started. Man, if it comes, it comes. Let me finish the story. Yeah, let me finish the story. Okay, so yeah, so then so that's I started, doing some more lyrical stuff, trying to be intentional with like lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess that's where the rapper side kind of came out. Like I guess I kind of like to look at it like poetry, rapping. I
Mm-hmm.
like poetry too, but and
Wow.
then the genre shift.
You've ever done spoken word before, like at a venue or venues?
Bus boys and poets.
Really?
But you see, I don't know what to call. It's kind of weird because it wasn't even really spoken word. It was supposed to be a song, but
Yeah.
they didn't have the aux or anything to play the beat. So I was like, I ain't come here for no reason. So I was like, okay, so let me just do it, and I did it, and then you know, then the MC was like, yeah, you don't need a beat. See, it's
Yeah.
because poets they
Mm-hmm.
love their genre. It's like, see, nah, you see what? Even without the beat, you were better. I was like, I guess
Yeah.
I'm still need the beat though, but yeah. So that's what I did some poetry, but it wasn't I didn't write it for poetry. I wrote it with a beat, and it just sounded like poetry. I guess when I
Like poetry. Well, talk to me about one of the parts of the lyrics in 4 a.m. in Eden, because that, of course, I thought was very conscious driven. I think towards the end, it resonated with me when, of course, you continued to state, whoever has your mind has you. Whoever has your mind has you. So elaborate on that.
Yeah, so
Whoever has your mind has you.
did you hear that?
Who's that?
No,
Singing?
I, I'm doing an interview.
Oh, are you doing two interviews?
Yeah, I'm gonna answer that anyways. Yeah, whoever has your mind has you. So, I was in church,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the message. Well, this wasn't what the message was about. It's about the mind and the importance of the mind. And so,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like took it and I kind of ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
She was talking about, how the devil wants your mind,
Mm-hmm.
God wants your mind, and then also, they even want our children's minds. And at the end of the day, like everybody's after a piece of you. Everybody's after your mind
Mm-hmm.
and what they advertise and this and that. Twix, they want you to all the commercials, they want you to buy Twix. Kit
Mm-hmm.
Kat wants you to buy Kit Kat.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's, and what they're pushing. And so yeah, so everybody's that's something I kind of looked at, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't really do that. If you would ask me like to go back and describe the process of making it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of like a blur. I really don't
We
know. I
feel
really don't know.
it's obvious. I mean, I know what you're saying. I just sometimes I always want to know too where your mind was, specifically, because a lot of people are going through things and some things inspire, people to say specific. But I mean, it's obviously very, very well perceived, because it's relative. A lot of us deal with people in general who try to, distract them. People deal with, of course, what we're talking about, television. We deal
Mm,
with a lot of negativity in the world, demon activity, if you will.
yeah,
So I think it was
yeah.
very powerful. Just the natural part of including that. So let me ask you this: are you more worried about doing things right or doing things wrong?
I'm more worried about doing things right. I think this
Mm,
is what I said last time. Yes, doing things right because when you're doing things wrong, I mean, mistakes are bound to happen. And
mm-hmm,
mistakes, actually, mistakes teach you more. It gives you more wisdom. You become wiser when you make more mistakes than when you just get everything right. So I welcome mistakes. I welcome actually a lot of the songs, or anything, a lot of the creative things or things that people create. I think mistakes happen a lot, and they kind of drive. How do I word this? Okay, so mistakes for me
mm-hmm,
have, especially like melody wise, have done so much for me. Like there'd be times where I got the auto tune wrong,
yeah,
but I was like, whoa, that no, that sounds nice though. Like, I
mm-hmm,
just accidentally, I didn't even mean to, and then
yeah,
I just left. I just worked with it, and then stuff like that's what I mean when I say mistakes. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you can't live life trying to be perfect.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely not, I should say. So you shared with me when we spoke that you were a new convert. So talk to me about your transition to conscious music, to gospel music, to, Christian music. Because I mean, a lot of times, people feel they have to make it sound completely good. They have to include a few curse words and do all this, where your music is dope, and it's conscious. So talk to me
Yes,
about the
yeah,
transition.
conscious music. Well, okay, so I became like I would say a new Christian convert
Mm-hmm.
because I went to this Christian convention
Mm-hmm.
or retreat, like for a 3 day thing. And then yeah, so it just kind of opened my eyes with not really I guess you could say the sermons did, but just more so the people and the seeing. It was a lot of people seeing other kids just there and just so on fire
Mm-hmm.
for God, and I was just like, Yeah, I don't feel I mean I'm kind of straight up with my relationship with God. Like,
Yeah.
even I tell him, I was like, I'm not gonna fake anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, if this is real, show me that it's real. And if it's not, I'm just gonna continue. Because before I knew a lot growing up in church. I knew a lot about this and that,
Mm-hmm.
but the lifestyle wasn't really there. Not like I was a bad kid or nothing like that, but it was just I just didn't know how real it was
Yeah.
until, you know, and so that is kind of like a domino effect. It kind of just, went from there.
Mm-hmm.
And so on that bus trip back, I was just like, my head was, I was doing flips in my head. I was just like, cause I had a whole catalog, I had a whole bunch of stuff unreleased, and I was just like, yo, so is this wrong? But
Mm-hmm.
then the lady was telling me like, take your time, and it's not everything. It's not like snap and delete everything. Nah, he was like, take your time, just do what you feel is right, and then God will just continue to unfold with, and that's what really happened. So over time, I just started asking myself, I was like, and the song you're playing, I think this life you live is a lie, all that type of stuff. So
Yes.
I remember that because I was hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy. I still don't know what I'm doing. It's still kind of like wild to me, right?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy because it's not popular. So I remember when I hear that, I just remember like the light bulb moment
Mm-hmm.
because and even when I get frustrated with God, when I talk about God, I kind of like to ramble because it's a lot of frustration, but it's a lot of good too. So
Mm-hmm.
even if I get frustrated with God, right,
Mm-hmm.
I know too much now. Like I just know. I look at the clouds, and this didn't happen for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So how I look at music, right? I look at it like, okay, the devil all my life, as or even in everybody else's life, he's been using everything
Mm-hmm.
to draw eyes away from God.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of like the aha moment. I think this life we live is a lie. I think everything is a lie. I think everything is a distraction.
Wow.
And I got off that bus. That like week after that convention, I was like on fire. I was just
Yeah.
like, oh my! I started to like ask questions, and that's very important to anybody on the live or
Mm-hmm.
anybody anywhere. Start asking questions about anything, not even just religion, but don't just be here. Don't just live. Don't just, you don't know what's going on in politics. You don't know what's going on and this and that. You just here.
Yeah.
Ask questions, get involved. So yeah, I started to ask questions and I started to just like, bro, okay, if I make this song like about money, what am I essentially doing?
Mm.
I'm essentially telling people to focus on money.
Oh, money. Yeah.
Okay. And it's not a joke. Like that's all I was not that I was just so money hungry, but that's what sells. People talking about money. So imagine having to like as soon as you touch the mic, it's like, oh, I get it back, I get it, but like, you can't do that no more. So
Right.
it's like, what do I talk about now? And
Yeah.
I was frustrated. I didn't know how to make music anymore,
Mm.
and so I'm rambling. Just bear with me, bear with me. So
Now,
um,
because you're talking to people too that have probably dealt with or are dealing with how to make a transition, but still be you. Because I feel that like you said earlier, you're not perfect, right? So I mean, like you said, God doesn't expect you just to snap and start writing, all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? It's coming naturally. He's using you, right?
yeah, for
So
sure. Yeah, so I thought all of this stuff. So I was just thinking and thinking and asking questions, and
yeah.
then it kind of like just slowly, like I said, just slowly kind of started to unravel. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, if I make this song about a girl, which I mean, I think in certain respect, if you're say you're at a wedding, obviously you can. I don't know, there's no issue, but like if you're just making a song about it, anything you make a song about, I think that's just how I took it. I was like, you're just helping the devil distract people,
Mm.
and even because I was telling this they have like youth pastors on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are annoying. We're not gonna get into all that, but
A whole nother
yeah,
another day.
yeah. So he was telling me, I was like, yo, so I mean, I got this song, and I'm not really like, I'm not talking about drugs, and I'm not talking about nothing bad, but like, so can I still make this as a Christian? He was like,
Mm,
yeah, but why would you? And I'm just at that time, yo, I was just so, I was just, it was too much it was too much like at one time, to
mhm,
think about. So yeah, to end the answer, I would say what made me make the conscious music, is that what we would call it? Was just that thinking, like, okay, everything, like, why would I want to, take eyes off of God?
mm.
And so
Powerful.
yeah,
Well, I commend you. I think when you know better, you do better, right? I could talk about my walk, and again, it's a whole nother conversation, but
hmm
in short, I asked, like years ago, I asked. I just was like, how do I find God? Like, I wasn't, not to say that I wasn't with God, it was just I wasn't focused as I am today. So I think, supremely speaking, that you are definitely a vessel. He's using you. You're very young, you're a young king, and you are doing some amazing things with your gift. So
thank you.
I don't think you should rush yourself with it, because there's going to be a
Yeah,
lot. There's going to be so much, there's still going to be mistakes, but I
yeah,
think
for sure.
just know that he knows your heart, and I think that's the most important thing. I mean, when he knows your heart, we see your heart, we hear your
hmm
heart through your music. And that's the most important. Even with Khalil, I mean, it's just, you both are just powerful beings, and you're making some really great sounds. So just focus on being you. The other stuff, you'll know when you make those mistakes and when they're mistakes, because you'll be what's called convicted. He'll convict you. He's not going to condemn you. He's going to convict you.
Yeah, I think you allowed me to make those mistakes so I
Yeah,
can learn.
exactly. I think it's so true. Like, you'll know, it just won't feel right. You won't feel good,
Yeah.
convict. So, but yeah, I think you're doing a lot. So what would you say if I asked you this, when it comes to the industry, so to speak? You're in a, of course, an interesting industry, because you're talking about believing in, of course, a very powerful entity, which is the one and only. So if you could change the industry the way it is today, what would you do? How could you change it? What would be one way you would like to change the industry?
Um, the
A lot of things
industry,
going on.
the old industry. To change the industry, I would change. I have this answer. I would change what they what they're influencing people to, what they glorify, what they're influencing people to do.
Mm,
Uh, I'm not trying to sound like a square or nothing,
no,
but
totally get it. It's positive.
yeah, but it's like sometimes we look at the stuff they're like we listen to and we think it's a joke,
Mm,
but people are being affected. People losing their lives
mm,
over dumb stuff. All this gun violence they glorifying, and then
wow.
just the stuff they, because it's such an influence, especially how we treat women. A
Come on.
lot of rapper dudes do that. I got you this. You have more than one girl, and like, all that type of stuff, man. To me, it's just weird, and I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. Say what you want. To me, it's not. It's not. Cause man, okay, so keep going. Yeah, so the girl thing. Then they have, look at this guy. Okay, so yeah, the girl thing, and then just how they treat women, how they glorify like a
Mm,
certain type of violence. Um, they portray this lifestyle, right? That's like that's just not realistic to me.
mm-hmm,
And I don't even have it. And I don't know why, I just feel like it's a snot. They
mm,
portray this life like every rapper, you go on their page and they got like a wad of money. And money is great, but they're trying to make it seem like if you don't got it, they're trying to set certain standards, and then we allow them to set certain standards, like, oh, if you don't got it by this time or this age, you're not succeeding or you're not nowhere,
yeah.
or that, oh, once you have it, you're set,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
which is not the case eitir,
mm,
or you're happy. They try to make you seem like, with this money, you just be forever happy.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of certain things they do with influencers that I just don't agree with. So
So the messaging aspect and the influencing aspect, you would change those things. Uh,
yeah.
what is the best advice you've been given so far? Doesn't have to be music. It could be just maybe from your parents or friends. What is some of the best advice that you've been given thus far?
That's the advice. Let me try to think.
Well, you have a good head on your shoulders. I will say that. So
That's the advice.
shout out to your parents and your family.
Or them. uh, I think it'll be. I don't know. I guess it would just go back to that bus ride. How
Mm,
I would just like I was asking a lot of questions and asking what to do,
mm,
asking where to go,
mm-hmm.
and they were literally just telling me this and that,
Yeah.
and just helping me to even though then it was just a lot, and it was just a lot for me to just I don't know why it was a lot looking back, but I mean it was a lot.
Yeah.
Just kind of like everything I knew was like I had a plan, I had strategies. All right, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna make it like this, and then they were just telling me like no, flip
Mm,
it around. So it was a lot. So yeah, I guess you can say just that bus ride. They were telling me, just be patient, let it come
yeah.
to you.
Patient with yourself.
Yeah, I'll
So,
say that.
and three words to you, and I want to know what comes to mind first when I mention them: inspiration,
Hmm.
elevation, and growth. Inspiration,
Inspiration,
elevation,
inspiration.
and growth.
Hmm. I think with inspiration, I think inspiration is honestly everywhere.
Mm, yes.
Like it's in this interview, just the fact that somebody I don't even know where you found me is deciding, and it's just like it inspires you to okay, you can do more to advance
Mm,
musically. The bros that they inspire me. But
mm-hmm.
the bro Khalil and his brothers, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
three of them. It's three of them, and just what they can do, just even if it's not the same genre,
Mm,
like I find myself, I go back and listen to all types of music, and then I
yes.
take certain things, just inspiration from there, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, just inspiration everywhere. What was the second elevation?
Elevation. Yes. We talked about it a little bit earlier too. The elevation, evolving and elevating.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Elevation, evolving.
Mm-hmm.
What comes to mind? I would say time. I guess
Mm-hmm.
time, wisdom.
Mm,
Because with time comes wisdom. Uh, Evolving, elevation,
mm,
just progressing, consistency, strategy,
mm.
elevation.
Wow.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, so the next one, last one was growth, right?
Growth. Mm-hmm.
Oh, what kind is that? Okay, growth. Hmm, what word comes to mind? Mm, improvement.
Mm,
Growth. With growth, like I think it's kind of the same. With time comes
yeah.
growth.
Yeah.
Improving. Uh, we talked about falling or making mistakes for
Mm,
sure.
mm-hmm.
I welcome more mistakes. I wish I could make more mistakes. So just to learn.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Incredible. Yeah, because those three words come to mind for me when listening to, your lyrics, your music, your sound. Um, it's definitely timeless.
hey, thanks. I appreciate it.
You're right.
Appreciate it.
So how do you feel the internet has impacted the music business?
It's I think it's done well for
Mm-hmm.
the exposure of it. It's
Absolutely.
that it's definitely a lot that goes into it now. It's a lot to but everybody has the opportunity to, the same opportunity, the same platform to be able to branch out,
Yeah.
expand,
Mm,
and get their music out there.
Mm-hmm.
So with social media, this and that, there really isn't any excuse if you're not. So, you have just so many tools at your disposal. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's done a good. And plus, even if I say it's done bad, you have no choice but to, like we talk about, evolve. You
Yeah.
gotta just grow with it. You
Yeah.
gotta, yeah. So,
Figure out what works for you. I mean, because I think, like you said, even how this connection happened, I think obviously, it's helped us to be able to cultivate a direct relationship, with our fans, with people we don't be able to tap in and be like, I like your song. I like your sound. I like your music. So I think that's really helpful too. So to someone who's coming behind you, the younger generation who's young like you, but even younger, who's still, coming out of junior high and going into high school to college and has an amazing gift and amazing talent. Talk to them about educating oneself on this business, though, because I mean, we could have amazing talents and these awesome lyrics and gifts, but talk about how important it is to educate oneself on copyrights and performance rights organizations.
well, if we're talking to the young ones, I gotta let my voice get deeper a little bit.
Yeah.
Listen, listen, young ones, and look at me. All right, look at me. I'm just, you know, wisdom. Nah, but for real, wisdom. We talked about not just being here, asking questions.
Yeah.
So, uh, it's a lot. Like you don't want to sit here and get, your video taken down, your song, or sued
Hmm.
because you didn't know this or that. With knowledge, it really is very powerful. And,
Hmm.
you look at that's the one thing they really try to deprive our people of, with slavery. They didn't want you to know things because you know what did I say? I said something about I'm losing at this interview. And I think it was at 4 a.m. in Eden. Slavery begins in the mind,
Mm.
taking your peace of mind, leaving no peace to find. Yeah. So if if you're not asking the questions, if you're not seeking wisdom in certain aspects and whatever you do, especially in music, you're just gonna find yourself cheating yourself out of opportunities, and just shooting yourself in the foot.
Mm.
Now you'll grow, but some things you can avoid. You
Hmm.
don't want to have you don't want to wait till that first. Oh, you gotta take your song down for you to know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's ever growing. I mean, even with YouTube University, right? There's so much out there, even if we don't know, to be able to Google or to, like I said, YouTube or like you said, ask someone that does know.
Mhm.
And there's so much, so many books and things available to us. So, what do you do? What do you do outside of recording? Like when it's not music and it's nothing pertaining to music, what do you do?
Hmm. Okay, so let's see. I I'm trying to get into podcasting
Mm,
a little bit, maybe
yeah.
something like that. Podcasting. I got ideas. Okay,
Yeah.
so I wanted to get into clothing. I
Mm,
have some clothing ideas.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so clothing, podcasting a little bit.
Mm.
I wanted to, I play some hoops.
Okay.
A couple of these young folks is on here and make some comments. I did some things to them on the court.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not gonna expose them on, live. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah. So basketball, for fun. What else do I do? I do film.
Mm,
Uh,
wow.
film. I do videography
Mm-hmm.
and video editing. I've edited my own videos. I don't have to shoot them, but
Mm-hmm.
I know how to shoot
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah. Wow. That's
That's
incredible.
I guess the writing, yeah, but that's pertaining to music. Not really. I want to get into like film and also movies too.
Hmm.
So writing scripts and stuff. I'm trying to learn that,
That's what's up.
and I play piano
Oh,
and some
really?
ukulele. Yeah.
My goodness. So you play piano. What other instruments? I know you're a vocalist, obviously, but what other? Just piano.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Do you
I played trumpet, but that didn't work out.
do you
So
read music? Do you read notes? I mean, do you? I know you
I
play.
used to. I
Yeah,
used to.
that's crazy.
I used to.
I thought I was the only one because I don't read music. I used to play clarinet when I was younger, and then I just forgot. I forgot how to play. I forgot
Mm.
how to read music. I thought I was the only one.
Man, I didn't. I took a piano class in high school, and I don't know. It just wasn't it.
Yeah.
Maybe later. Maybe later. We'll see.
Yeah. So videographer, I mean, I know obviously right now we're in the middle of, pandemic. So are we going to expect visuals for this amazing EP next
Yeah, I'm working on it.
year? Okay.
Not even next year. I'm supposed to do something this weekend, hopefully.
Okay. Wow.
If I stop playing around. But yeah, do something this weekend. Listen, I mean, like you got to work with what you have.
Yeah.
I can't allow this to be an excuse. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll find something. And then I was really trying to do the show with no date this weekend.
Wow. That's incredible. So now who's shooting? You're shooting your own video. You got obviously your boys and
Yeah, Kofi Siga, he was on here, and I think he left.
yeah. Well, that's
Yeah,
incredible that you have this support. So talk to me about the support system because you seem to have some amazing energy around you, and I think that's also important to talk about. Synergy and people who you can trust. So talk to me about
yeah.
the support system, how important that is to have that as an artist.
Okay, yeah. So, well, yeah, support system. Well, no matter how gifted anybody who can, how gifted you think you are,
Mm-hmm.
you can't do things by yourself. You can't do it all by yourself. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm glad I was blessed to have like people around me who kind of had the same kind of aspirations in the arts. I
Mm-hmm.
guess it pretty much started with Khalil. Then you got Keenan. Then you got Kevin. Those are his brothers. They all do music.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so the fact that, he's doing music, I'm doing music, so I can just go over them. We can just feed off each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we got my dog Kofi.
Mm-hmm.
He does film. I mean, yeah, he's into film a lot. So working with cameras, this and that. And so that's him. Then I have a whole bunch of actors. I have a whole bunch of people who are in the arts. Friend, his name is Sean. He has hoodies.
Mm-hmm.
He's making hoodies, doing art stuff, and he's an actor.
Wow.
Wale, he's an actor.
Mm-hmm.
He's a barber, actor. He's been in movies.
Amazing.
Tochi, yeah. So it goes on and on.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So, what's next besides the visual? What can you tell us well, I should say, what can you share with us that's coming next that
What's
won't be?
coming next?
Yeah, what's coming next? I always like to know what's 2021 going to bring for us.
Hey, um, the honest answer is, I mean, I have my ideas, but like, you know what I'm saying, the man above, you don't ever know
You never know. You're right.
what he's cooking.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I have ideas. So I'm trying to I have songs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually trying to finish this other song.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like an extension of 4 a.m. in Eden. It's
Mm-hmm.
called Voices.
Mm.
I think it's like but it's kind of like it's music video oriented. So I'm thinking of a video for that,
Mm-hmm.
Voices, and I have some other like more 808 heavy
Mm-hmm.
uh music. My thing is my ideas on what's next. I just want it to be something that can like be a bridge to people because music, some people think like because I didn't even know when you get into the Christian side, it's a whole other ball game where we're like Christians and this music. I remember sending some people some music. It was like, it was just like, oh, you didn't say this, you didn't say Jesus enough, or you didn't say this enough, and it was just like, bro, we kind of like to put God in a box, put music in a box.
Yeah.
There's so many things you can do. This worship music where you sing, you worship God. It's music for so many. God wants music for the gym. There's some people who like, they don't want to listen to secular music at all.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of like heavy music do they have for the gym?
Mm.
So there's so many things you can do with music. Just cruising, just music, just to
Yeah.
be in your car, just vibe to. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's next. I have a lot of ideas to like kind of like that's just different, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for you. I want to share some fan mail with you. I'm always into sharing thoughts of others.
Fan mail.
Yeah, fan mail, honey. They didn't send it to me. I just, like I said, I do my research and then, of course, I look at things. It could have been by social media. Could have been your
Okay.
YouTube. It could have been, but basically it's 4 a.m. in Eden. This is a response from Lizzie J. She said your song 4 a.m. in Eaton is very motivational to hear.
Oh wow.
And then this is from someone. They
Sean.
Yeah, I think they're possibly on IG at hey_Ozzy. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, that's my guy. Yeah.
Okay. He said, and this could have been a while ago, but I thought it was really, of course, again, it's fan mail.
Mm.
Can't wait to see you performing on the big stages, bro.
Yeah. I just talked to him the other day too. Yeah. It's a good
And,
guy.
and one more. This gentleman is also, I believe, also on social media at Saint Apollo _ said, look, man, I just found out about you from an ad that you had shared. I had to check you out. Much love. Your vibes are amazing. I'm sending you love from MKE. I'm not sure where that is, but he said,
Okay.
I would love to work with you one day.
If you're watching this, bro,
Yeah. So
appreciate it.
how does that make you
Appreciate it.
feel? These are people, this is just one song.
Yeah.
This is from one song.
I don't know. It's definitely inspiring. It
Yeah.
definitely encourages you to go ahead and do more.
Yeah.
Um, but at the same time, to me, right?
Yeah.
Not to, I kind of don't like to get too high or too low with those with comments or
Response.
stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when you start doing things and I don't want to get all like, but I'm really trying to work. I used to like struggle with opinions a little bit, just a little bit. So I
Yeah.
used to struggle with opinions, and so I think when I just do things, when I start doing things to see how people will react, it never really goes well. So if they like it, that's great.
Mm,
But you know, if I release it, there's stuff I've released, like even 4 a.m. in Eden, some people were kind of iffy about it, but I kind of know when I know.
yeah.
And so regardless of what you say, I think I want to get to a point where you just do things for God, and then
Yeah. Absolutely. I have a producer specifically, and he's actually, he's very humble.
mm,
He's a signed producer, and he talks about what you're saying a lot, like to not to even get excited about the accolades, but like, to know that yes, they're great, but to not let it identify who you are, you know,
yeah,
because sometimes you get negative comments, and then how are you going to identify when you get those negative comments when people keep you so high up? But I do feel, these people here are definitely positive, and they definitely like your,
definitely, yeah.
and I want
It
to,
definitely does encourage, yeah.
yeah, continue to do what you're doing. I'm not going to hold you too much longer. I'm so thankful and grateful that you
Mm.
took the time. But for some people who are finding out who you are tonight, take us home and let us know where we can find you on all platforms. I know you, of course, on here is at Mr_Nocho, but tell everybody
Mhm.
where we can find your music because it is available now.
It's, it's available everywhere. It should be, or I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
make some phone calls.
On
Yeah,
all,
yeah. No, it should be available everywhere. Google Play,
mm-hmm.
Apple Music, Spotify, all that. So,
Okay.
YouTube channel Mr. Nocho.
Okay.
I'm trying to get more active on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really on. I'm on Twitter, but I'm not on Twitter to do nothing
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that place is dangerous. But yeah, IG.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, I think I'm pretty active on IG,
Okay.
and then everything else, hit my manager up. My sister is my manager.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
She's not.
Oh,
But
okay, look, the one that's the singer is the manager too.
the one that try to stop you from interviewing me.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
your family for taking the time. I know again you're on the east, so it's only 6 here. It's going on 6. So I know what you're 9 o'clock right there. So,
Yeah. Look
but
at this, guys. 4 a.m. This is the guy I was talking about. Let's see.
who's this?
4 a.m. saved my life. These guys are just.
Oh,
No, they're trolling. They're trolling.
oh,
Don't even.
is he serious or yeah? He said saved his life and changed his life. Did he? Oh,
That's the guy who I told you does the video. He's the video guy from the
Or he
quote.
changed my life. So
What
yes,
he wants to be.
very
Yeah.
powerful song. I can attest to it myself. It's a
I
powerful.
was trying to give you something, bro.
Oh, you want to share
Hmm.
something with us before you go?
I was, but how do I even do this? Hmm. I wanted to hop on this dude's live the other day and do a song called "Do What You Do,"
Mm-hmm.
but
It's a,
I guess I do like 20. I do like 20 seconds. I ain't stretching nothing, but I do like 20 seconds. All right, I gotta get my rapper face on.
take time.
All right, now I ain't seen the floor in weeks since the Lord gave me wings. I had to reset. Back to the factory, I had to get set. I'm only saying things that have to get said, trying to prevent the regret. This life is thicker than the air I breathe. I woke up and I opened the sky to see what's inside, to feel it with lies. But to see it, you gotta open your eyes.
Mm,
Uh, I pray the Holy Spirit use me. Use me, use me. But God can only use me fully. If I'm holy like thee, just like thee. Okay, the devil 2 week. I'm talking 14 days. Greater isn't me, man. I don't play no games. I put the devil in a chokehold until he tapped out. The same sound of defeat. I used that on the beat. That ain't a snare, man. That's the enemy's defeat. That's the devil when he tap. And then it has a whole beat. When he tap out,
wow.
tap, tap. 1 second. I get trippy sometimes. I was thinking about the way I used to be. Drowning in the ocean, couldn't breathe. I was only thinking about me. I thank you for saving my life.
Mm,
Uh, Jesus, how you came to set me free. I swear yeah, he broke every single chain and got the keys. But what I love more than that
no,
is the one you were playing before.
that's
Uh,
oh, the show with no date.
yeah, man, I don't know.
Oh, which song is that on one of the songs? No, that's you gave us this.
That's no. That's do what you do.
Really? Okay, so that's track number 5.
I can do show with no date, and then we can
My God,
call it an interview.
you are amazing.
I can do it if you want. I
Go
can do
ahead.
show with no date, then we call it an interview. Okay, so how'd it go? This is how it happened when I went on stage and there was like no beat and it was like poetry, but it wasn't poetry.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, 3 a.m. in Vegas with high hopes, walking on tight ropes. Back when our necklace was a tight rope, with blood on the leaves, straight out the month that released. This world is never at peace, and it never. Okay, sipping on that filthy, hoping it don't kill me. This generation guilty. Life ain't fair. It's black as a slave. It's dark as a maze. Dark as a maze. The dark is a maze. Look, I don't smoke, but got hope in the blunt. I get my hope from the sun. I get my warmth from his father, whose light surpasses the sun. Just look at what we follow. Ghost statues and empty bottles. Who you know, who you follow. Love be fake like Apollo. I see way too much envy. That's how they got Nipsey. I
Mm,
see the real die young life. It's like 5'3", and the live ain't free. I just said my tea. I was locked in sleep. For knowledge is key. Be aware and be free. These alarms are ringing, they in chains to deceit. I had some bruises from the past cutting deep. I was fed so many lies, was mentally so obese. The devil spat on my face and told me it was raining. He threw shade on my tan. You gotta hear it to hear it. That's why they don't understand. We still slaves, these is new chains. They after this pigment equate our work to loose chains, but my skin's a reflection of Eden.
mm,
The only other place I seen strange fruit hang, we in the last days and the last page on the last phase. Tickets on sale, don't be late.
mm, mm,
Mm.
mm.
For the show with no date. And then I said, I think this life we live is a lie. I think this life we live is a lie. I think this life we live is a lie. Yeah, yeah. Lord, put me on your wings and let's fly. Uh, yeah, yeah. And take me back to where you reside. And then that's how it goes. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh my God. Lyrical genius. So blessed.
Thank you.
Poet. Young king.
One more thing about the next thing, bro. I really wish I could. I want to do like performances. Like, I really want to get into like the performance aspect of it, like
Yeah.
live on stage, production,
Yeah.
arrangements. Man, I have ideas. Like, I my goal is to do this, but like for the man, just put on a like a big stage. Just give it more like fun. People think it's like it's boring.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but that's my goal. So
Well, I think
yeah,
everything it's already yours. And
thank you.
your boy Khalil said you're the GOAT.
Nah, he the goat. He's the
Both the
goat.
GOATs, okay? And we need to
Yeah.
get you on here too. I would love to interview you too, Khalil.
Oh, nah. I'm gonna send some your way. Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
are
send some
okay.
your way.
Please do. Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely. I appreciate you guys so much. 4 a.m. in Eden is amazing. You are amazing. So just keep doing what you're doing. And again, I'll say
Thank
the
you.
same thing. That your folks shared with you on the bus. Just be patient with yourself.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
take it.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll
Thank you
talk
so much.
to you soon.
Very soon.
Okay.
Very soon.
Peace.
Thank you.